That old man got the tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit
it! Hey there, collectors. Got a special show tonight. Chris wound up getting a treasure trove today in helmets from RS. Huh, Chris?
Yeah, I got a few. I got three helmets and a bust. Matt had unpacked these unpacked two of them a while ago, and I think it was when we were still on 6 scale, wasn't it?
No, it was on. It was. I think it was when we were still rolling. When we were.
Was it?
6. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't care. I wanted to give RS some love because they're pretty great company, and their product is just amazing.
Oh you're giving them quite a bit of love. You're having your way with them.
I now have 5 of their helmets, and I have I think 8 more coming.
Wow.
Yeah. 5 of their helmets.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, I mean, I already had this one for 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, but I don't know if a lot of people don't really get to see how beautiful these things are. They're they're amazing.
And which one is this?
This is Jack Claff Red 4.
I was just watching his RS interview yesterday.
Yeah, he's quite a character, I heard.
Yeah, if you go to the RS YouTube channel and you look up Jack Claff, you'll see the interview with him. They were saying that it was probably the best, funniest time they've ever had interviewing somebody.
Yeah, it's a good. I love watching their videos. I look forward to them coming out. Usually Wednesdays. I think Wednesdays and Fridays. Is it?
Yeah, we were disappointed this past Friday.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I got. Well, I'll put the wedge one up just so people can see it.
How you doing, Jason?
Good. Just watching, just enjoying. I love that Jack Claff helmet. I just love the red. It's so unique. It stands out.
Yeah, it's very different. That's
that's
the wedge.
Another great piece.
Yeah, this is wedge. You don't have this one, Steve?
The only pilot I have is Red 5.
Oh man.
So
at first I wasn't planning on getting the pilots, but then they're such work of arts. They're just gorgeous.
Well, each one has such a unique, style to it. And see, I wasn't into them at first until I started really noticing the finer details. And now I have about 6 of them.
Yeah, you can see the weathering that's going down here and in here. They're gorgeous. I love them. I think they're pieces of artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure are. I'd like to go and collect all these old ones and put them all together. It's just so much coming that's new right now. I think I've got 6 on order. So
I have 2 more pilots on order too.
Yeah, I think I get 6 coming in.
6 pilots?
No, not 6 pieces. 3 pilots. 3 pilots out of the 6 pieces. Yeah.
And these stands are amazing. I may convert all of my stuff to these stands.
They're so clean and streamlined.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah. And they have a little slot right here that you can put the plaque.
Yep. Yeah.
And I like that if you don't have the plaque there, the slot's not very visible.
No, it's not.
If you don't have something to put in it, it doesn't create.
Nope.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and get started with the unboxing there, Chris?
All right.
Chris, you should wear that while you unbox.
It doesn't fit my head.
Oh, yeah, dome is that big, huh?
Yeah. My son put it on, and it was tight on him, so I wasn't going to try.
Matt's going to be a little bit late tonight. He's seeing another woman. So I think he's still coming on. I don't know. Depends upon how long they take to finish up.
That was such a good way to put it.
Oh man. I gotta say, my boxes got beat up in transit.
Oh, they
No.
usually don't get that bad, really.
Yeah, they got
Huh.
pretty. They got pretty smooshed.
UPS would never damage boxes.
Well, I know that they RS packs them so well. You don't really got to worry. But like they did, this is the first time they were pretty beat.
So you don't know what this one is that you're opening now, right?
I do not.
Ooh, surprise.
This one's a biker scout.
Oh.
Did you get the red label? Or
Yeah, I got the red label.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
what's do you mind just breaking down the difference between the red label and the other?
Well, from what I understand, the red label has a fiberglass. The back is fiberglass and the front is ABS.
Okay.
And the inside is lined with so you can wear it and cosplay with it.
Okay, so it gives you the opportunity to display and wear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the other one just a static piece?
The other one's
No.
more screen accurate.
The other one's more screen accurate and like inside accurate, like the way it was for the actual
Construction accurate. Yeah.
helmet. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
also, what, 150, 200 pounds more?
Yeah, it's more. Matt has it. He bought it. It's more expensive. I gotta try to get the sucker out.
Which is counterintuitive. The one that's more refined, more finished is cheaper. But that's because, I guess, replicating the old style, the old building styles is more costly.
Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting, because it's your average person isn't going to notice the difference unless they're physically examining both together right up close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll know. And that's the thing. 95% of the things that I find interesting in my collection at home, other people wouldn't even notice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there comes a time where all collectors cross that line where you just, like you said, you just know.
95% of your collection we don't find interesting either, Steve.
All right. We're going to remove Chris now, and we're going to have a pretty dull unboxing here. Actually, I had a friend come over the other day, walked into the room, looked around the collection, and didn't even see Chewbacca.
What?
It's like,
The biggest piece in the room?
you're kidding me. Here he is. He's huge. He's right there. You missed him.
Wow.
It was hysterical.
I figured that would have been the first thing he would have gravitated to.
Yeah. Kind of weird.
Whenever I have the first thing I get is somebody who walks up and looks at it like, whoa, They like look him in the eyes and like he's not going to talk back,
And you see this piece right here. This is an eighth of an inch to the left, and that's more screen accurate than these other ones.
Like, huh?
Like what?
This is like
This is-
Christmas.
This is such a sexy design. I love this helmet.
Let's just put it on here.
This is actually one I do not own,
Wow.
but that's what these group
Yeah.
therapies and unboxings are for. So when we see it, we can run out and buy it. Ah, Chris.
Wow.
Good weathering there in the front.
Yeah. No.
What I like about is how well the mask lines up with the rest of the helmet. A lot of them don't quite match. And then there's a gap on the top, if I remember correctly, when you have it closed. The gap between, if you look at directly from the top, I think the gap is supposed to be accurate on the way they do it.
Wow.
There's depending on which helmet you pick up, where the face mask and the rest of the helmet line up tends to vary quite a bit from maker to maker.
You mean like in here? Is it supposed to be?
Yeah, that
gap?
seam, and then the seam at the top when you look at it from the top on. Yeah, that gap.
Wow. This is awesome.
It's a very cool helmet. It's got a more of a flat paint job than most helmets. You'll notice that it's almost like a different type of paint.
Yeah, you can see in the inside it's lined.
Yeah.
Let me
Now
see. Does the I was gonna say, does that lift up?
Oh yeah, flips up and clips.
That's nice that it stays in place.
Man, this thing's unreal. I thought this was Velcro, but it's not. It's part of the strap. Do you have this, Steve?
Have what? Did that helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this. I have this version, the red label.
Now I had asked for a little less weathering but I
was
think
noticing it did seem a little bit lighter.
it's a little lighter in the face here, which I mean
sure.
I like it a lot. I really like it a lot.
They went heavy on the back.
Yeah, the back though. I mean, that's fine. But like I don't know, for some reason I didn't want it really heavy weathered in the front. But this is really good.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a great helmet.
I like in certain images the weathering looks very heavy-handed,
Yeah, it does.
but now that I'm seeing it under better light, it's definitely a little bit.
Yeah, but Jason, his is a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Oh,
mine's
okay.
I asked for a little lighter in the front.
Okay.
I mean, it's darker than it appears in the video on camera. It's definitely darker. But I mean, it definitely it's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. I love that.
Got a few guys there in the chat. We got Comics and Jared, Raul and Caesar. We've got the Facebook user because they didn't accept sharing their name with the StreamYard. And Boba's Bounties. Welcome, guys. Nice to have you on. We're doing a live unboxing of 3 RS helmets that Chris pulled in today. First one here is the Red Label Scout Trooper.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
Custom weathered.
I've never noticed that it was different than like this side's bigger. And
it's asymmetrical. Yeah.
No, the vents are different.
Like one's like indented and one.
Yeah, one's thicker and one's indented.
Yeah.
Little things you just don't know. Like I didn't know that. That's freaking awesome.
Well, let's see what it looks like when it's on you. You don't have to, but this one is made for wearing. Out of all the helmets, this is the one that's made for wearing, Chris.
It's true, but I don't like opening it. All right, let's try it.
You don't like opening it. You just got it.
It makes me nervous feeling that click.
Gotta take your glasses off.
It's not gonna fit my head.
No?
No.
All right, don't bother. I don't want to make you do something you don't feel comfortable with.
Like this is not gonna go over my head at all. No.
You got your head in the Royal Guard helmet.
This is really tight here.
You got your head in the Royal Guard helmet?
I did.
Wow. Of all pieces.
He's got plenty of lube lying around to get himself out. So
silicone, baby, silicone. Silicone lube.
So Chris,
not water based.
Flip it over. Like see how we turn it facing the other way for a second. And one more turn. So, fun little fact, that decal right there is actually the initials of Nyla Rhoda Samaro.
Okay.
So
the guy designed it?
Yeah, so he at the time he had a design business and he incorporated his initials into a design and stuck that on the Biker Scout helmet.
I can kind of see a Z. What initials are they supposed to be?
It's NRJ.
NRJ. Oh my gosh. Well, he hid them pretty well because I can't see an NR or a J.
Yeah, I think if you go to StarWarsHelmets.com, it lays it out and shows you and gives you like the background behind it.
So Caesar's asking that he ordered the Luke Red 5 and asked for it to be weathered. Do they have different levels of weathering?
They do, but I mean, you want to inside Steve? I think it would be either like X-Wing versus Snowspeeder Luke, because those are the differences.
Yep.
They don't always do it at random. Caesar, you'll notice.
Snowspeeder's a lot heavier weathered.
Yes, much
way dirtier.
Right. So Caesar, you'll notice if you look at the helmets and then you actually watch the movie and do like a screen grab, like you stop at a certain scene, So the weathering isn't just willy-nilly. They don't just kind of do it at random. It's very specific. So they're using reference images. For example, when I got the Sand Trooper in, it looks like it just has brushed weathering on it to make it look like a Sand Trooper. But if you freeze that frame where it says, look, sir, droids, the splotches, the dirt, they match verbatim, like to the T. So you can go more weathered, but you would have to go with the snowspeeder version of Luke's helmet versus
Yeah.
the X-Wing.
And they have like a standard that they go for, and if you want, they can deviate as much as you want. So you can.
They can do it per request, but if you were just to buy it as is, it's pretty close to what you see on screen.
Yeah. So all right, so that's the Scout. Looks like Chris is digging into another one now.
Yeah, this box got
Whew. Yeah, pretty bad.
beat up. This
Makes you wonder, huh?
Wow.
like I can't get it on camera right. There we go.
I don't see your address, man.
Let somebody try and come and take stuff from my house. They will not like what they see. All right, moving on. I'm hoping this is a tie.
Yeah, that's the one I don't have. I'd like to get that one.
The tie's the one to do that.
The next one I order is going to be a full suit Sand Trooper.
You could buy 84s.
I tried.
I
I wrote to him. I wrote to him today, but I said if I cover shipping to the U.S., would you be up for it? He never wrote back.
He won't do it.
Oh,
Wonder why. This is the tie.
Probably has.
All I was gonna do is bring it to a packing place and have them do all the work and pass the bill on to me.
I don't want to send anything over. People will ask me on eBay all the time if I'll send something overseas. Nah.
So Eddie's, what guns did Eddie's come with?
I have no idea.
He's got that long.
He does.
He's got the long DL something DL1.
You know, honestly, when you think about it, I mean, depending upon how much extra he would have to pay for packing and shipping.
Yeah, but I would cover it.
You're probably only saving 200-300 pounds.
Yeah. Still, it's the convenience of not having to wait.
Well, that's true.
It's all ready to go, you know.
And are you a size 10 shoe?
I am actually, yeah. I'm a 10.
Okay.
You know what to say about guys with big feet? They wear big shoes.
Yeah, well, size 10 isn't exactly big, though, buddy.
Yeah.
Size 10 is very
no matter what
small
your wife
short.
tells you, it's not big.
It's definitely no shack, yeah.
Size 10 is a girl size.
Oh, get out of here with your big dome.
Now, talk about big dome. This sucker's huge.
Here's a good one for you, Chris. You know about that? You know what to say about guys with big feet? They eat big steaks. I'm gonna razz them for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Even the other day, he's like, I gotta go. I'm eating lunch. I'm eating a big steak.
My cholesterol is probably terrible. I eat steak like almost every other day. All right. It's going to get crowded down here fast.
Yeah. Well, you're hanging out with all the Imperials.
Good Lord, this one's huge.
It's a big boy.
Wow, it is big.
You know, the one thing I like about that is a little bit more confined than the Novos one is much larger than
this?
Than the RS, yeah. It's big.
So which one's the right scale?
The RS.
RS.
So a Novos 3D scanned it and idealized it. RS used the same mohawk that you see on the pilot helmet and then install the Stormtrooper face. So it's much more accurate. Because the tie is one of the ones that I do have. I actually had that one for a couple of years. I bought that one off them back in 2017, 2018.
You have the tie, you said?
I do, yeah. One of the first RS helmets I've ever bought.
Okay.
Chris, did yours come with the hoses, the tubes? Fantastic. Did you have to ask for that separate, or was it automatically included?
Had to ask for it separate.
Okay.
I think it's like $20 extra.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's so well worth it though.
Fuck yeah.
So you got to choose which version to get, right? Different
Yes.
stripes.
And there's three. I believe there's three versions.
Yes, there are 3 versions. Wow, this thing's big. Now this is a big
Look at
helmet.
that. Look at that.
Oh man, those hoses really don't. They're really solid.
Yeah, give it like a day or two, and it'll sit nice.
Oof.
And the good thing about it too, Chris, is even though it'll eventually settle, it won't continue to settle. It won't continue to sink.
So which one is this, Chris, and why did you choose it?
This Hero 3. I chose it because I like the markings on his the teardrops, teardrops.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, so little story behind what I mean. I used to buy the Gentle Giant minibus, and when this came out, I wanted it. Right, the TIE Pilot. I've always liked the TIE Pilot, AT-AT Driver, and Snowtrooper. Those have always been my favorite helmets and stormtroopers. So there was a I don't remember what the ratio was, but when they put a TIE Pilot minibus out, there was they made a special variant with these lines, okay, and they were just randomly packed and sent out. Nobody knew who was getting them or when they were getting them.
Oh, it's interesting.
And I ended up getting one just by random. And I just think it's cooler looking than I mean, don't get me wrong, the black, it's big, it's huge. Now this is going to be exactly pretty much the same as the AT-AT one.
AT-AT, correct. Yep.
Man.
The AT-AT should follow suit exactly with the additional regions.
This thing is humongous.
See, I liked those 3 variations. It makes me want to pick up a second one.
Well, why don't we all just pick up 3?
Yeah.
Why not both?
Why
Right?
not all
Why
three?
not? Now this one would fit my head for sure, but I'd have to take the hoses off. Come to the pill box. Does it open? Probably not. No. It's definitely not as shiny as I thought it would be. It's a little like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not
close.
real shiny.
It's closer to Vader's A New Hope dome, where it's got a little sheen, but it's not shiny. It's a matte black with sheen.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. You could almost say like dark chocolate, charcoal gray rather than black. But it's pretty sweet, dude.
Are the Imperial logos decals, or are they painted on?
Decals, yeah, they're decals, and everything else is painted on. The teeth, Now, so this is a hero helmet. This is a hero face mask, okay, that they used for the TIE Pilot and the Snowtrooper. AT-AT Driver. He's a freaking awesome.
The AT-AT Driver was just they took the TIE Fighter and painted over it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly what they did.
Which is amazing to me that you would paint white over black. I wonder how many coats they had to put on the damn thing.
Save money.
Yeah.
And then even when you see the second round of AT-AT drivers with the additional red stripe on their Mohawk, they took the original 2 and then they just added the decals for the movie. So there's only 2 AT-AT helmets in existence.
Yeah. And they're still around.
Yeah, and they're still around.
I didn't realize that what was his name? The thing I posted up on our Facebook page the other day about what's his name? Zev? Is it Zev in the Snowtrooper Snowspeeder Pilot? He's one of the AT-AT Driver pilots.
Okay, yeah, I was reading that.
Yep.
So he did a couple of various roles.
Wow, these are stiff.
Ian Liston.
Yep, that's him.
I really like it with the stripes of the teardrops. I really like that.
So do I.
It's making me itch to get a second one.
So what scene was he in this with the teardrop?
He was one of Vader's wingmen.
Okay.
Yep.
I wonder why they painted them differently. Was it just to set them off from one another so you knew?
Couldn't tell you. That'd be a thing to ask Rob when he comes on sometime.
Raul says that looks so much more badass than in the pictures on their site.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Interesting.
pretty freaking badass.
This one was how much? Do you remember?
No, I do not remember. I don't think it was much. I think it was like probably like 325, 350 pounds. The cable, the hose here is pretty stiff. Like I've worked with electrical tubing like this, and it is pretty stiff. It makes it like lean back on the stand.
Okay, Hero 3 was 325 pounds.
Oh, it's a great price.
So these, I think, are just pushed in there. Yeah, they're not glued. They're just pushed in. So if you get it without the tubes, I think it just... Does it come with like a flat black, or does it come with...
So, Chris, if you get it without the tubes, it's open. You can see through.
Yeah, I know. But if they don't... They said if you decide to get the tubes, then they drill a hole in there. If you decide to get it without the tubes... I forget if there's a greebly that goes in there that they put in there.
Oh, I see something in place of it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like there is something in place there because, like I said, they asked me. I asked about it, and she had said they drill holes in it so that you can put the tubes in it.
Yeah, it doesn't say on the website like choose this option to.
No.
And the pictures that they show, the ones without the hoses, actually show the open holes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're open.
Even if you buy it? No.
I'm just saying the pictures that they have on the website have open holes.
I feel like I remember her saying they had to drill holes in it to get the hoses in.
I wonder maybe a little bit bigger to get the hoses in snug. Yeah, so that's what they look like without the hose. Without the hose.
You have one like that?
Yeah, I have the hose, but I don't know because if I pull mine out, it looks like that. So I don't know if it originally had that, whether I got the hose or not. You can take your hose out. They're not secured. You can. I mean, I don't know if they do that now. Mine's 3 years old, but mine I can pull out.
What does the Novus one look like without the hoses?
The Novus one has the same thing. It has the see-through.
Does it?
Yeah.
Kunja Club. It's exactly like a vacuum hose. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very cool, Chris. Man, that makes me jealous. I want that one. That looks great.
It does.
You ordered the MYC TIE Fighter statue, right?
Yes, I did.
So that'll look really good next to the statue.
Well, I don't display things like that usually. I usually like I have a helmet wall, and then I'll have like a separate place for statues and separate place for hot toys.
Chris, isn't it? There's some guy in our group that does that, right? He like bunches everything together, statues and helmets, and so I'm talking about Steve.
Yeah,
it's really cool. So now I have the Snow Trooper bus, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to display to do this because it's so big, and then this thing's so tall. Give me a minute. I'm gonna move things around to get it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like it with those stripes.
So, Facebook user asks, are the hoses just placed inside the homes, or is there a clip?
No, they just fit right in. So there's enough retention, so they fit close enough where you push it and it holds it.
Wait, can you demonstrate for us how the hose goes in?
No, I can't. No, like this, like that. No more screenshots tonight. You ain't getting me this time.
Yeah, I know. I got some great screenshots of you.
Those were good. I was laughing my ass off.
What happens off stream stays off stream, Jason. So I don't. Yes. No fear. I won't be sharing.
Thank God. If they only knew. If they only knew.
Let's see. Are there any other questions here? Come on, Hasbro. What? I wonder what he's talking about.
I know, I
Hasbro.
was confused. I don't know if he was being silly or if he meant. You know
Yeah.
what? I can't knock it. Those Black Series helmets for $100, they're not bad.
Listen, you want to start collecting props, right? There's two things that you can collect props wise that will snazz up your collection. Get yourself some Hasbro helmets and get yourself some Legacy, Disney Legacy lightsabers. Telling you, that's the way you want to start, and you have to do it at a budget.
And they look better than what they cost.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's good. It's a good way to go. And then over time, when you have the opportunity, you can upgrade. Or when you luck out, and the Kylo Ren helmet that you got for $80 is now selling for $350, and you can go and upgrade, right?
And they actually resell pretty well. Most of them resell. You'll at least break even if it's time. When it's time to upgrade, you'll at least break even.
So I upgraded to the Roman Props Vader lightsaber, and so I went and sold my Darth Vader Legacy. So I put it up for auction. Some dude won the auction, and not 20 minutes after the auction was over, he asked to cancel his bid. He asked to cancel it. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. I just waited an entire week, and you are canceling it now. So I didn't cancel it. Next day, I get a message from him. Oh, can I still pay for this?
Oh my God.
And I was so mad at him that right there on the spot, I canceled his order and put it back up for auction and blocked him.
You spiteful.
I'm like, I don't care if I get $50 less in this auction than I got from you. You're not getting this freaking saber.
Oh, man.
Oh, I was so mad at the guy. Don't be that asshole. Don't be that guy.
I got a story for you too.
All right.
Okay, so the one guy buys something from me, and immediately he's bidding on something, and he says, "Hey, can I lower my highest bid?" I just ignored it, right? Yeah. I ignored it. So then he wins it, okay? And then he writes to me, says, "Hey, can you lower the shipping on it?" I put the exact dimensions of the box into eBay. They figured it all out. I'm like, listen, I do priority shipping because it gives you insurance. If something happens, I want to be covered, okay? And if it's less, I'll send you the money, the $4 or whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. So I did that, okay? So I went to the post office, mailed it out. It was $4 cheaper. I sent him the $4, right? So a week goes by. He buys 2 other things from me. He says, "Can you combine shipping?" Yeah, no problem. I combine shipping. I do it all the time. So I put it in. It ended up being $14 because he was in Texas. He says, he says, "Can you lower the shipping again? Because I got to pay sales tax and it's going to come out to $80 when I thought it was going to be $75. I said, I already lowered it. I already combined it. And so I told him I can't, if it's less, I'll just give it to you after I find out how much it is. So the guy says, okay. Radio silence for 3 days. Doesn't pay for it. Doesn't do anything. I wrote to him. I said, listen, are you going to buy this or not? If you're not, I'm going to just relist it. So he writes back to me again, asking me to drop the shipping down $4.
Right there. Forget it.
Okay. So then 5 minutes later, I wrote to him and I said, are you asking me again the same thing? So then what does he do? He says to me, oh, I'm going to bid on 2 other of your objects, 2 other of your auctions, and then we can combine the shipping. So I wrote to him, I said, so you can't afford to pay $2 extra that it costs for shipping, but you can buy 2 more items from me. I said, I don't mean to be a jerk. I don't mean to be mean, but come on, dude. Like, really? So he writes back. He says, no, it's really rude that you said that. I'm trying to save money. I said, no, what's really rude is that you constantly ask me to lower my shipping cost, and then you don't pay for 3 days without mentioning to me. I canceled the auction, blocked him from other stuff, right? So, but what I found out was if they're already bidding on something, they can continue to bid on it even though you block them.
You can cancel a bid though.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even look. I have so many auctions out there. I didn't look to see if he was bidding on something else. So then he won 2 more auctions. I just canceled them immediately and relisted them. I didn't even fucking care. I was like, I'm not dealing with you, dude.
The question is, can he still give you feedback on something like that? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. He couldn't give me feedback on the last item he bought from me.
Yeah.
And you wonder why I'm so hesitant to sell.
I sold this past week. I had bids being canceled. I had people asking me to cancel their bids. I had people, all sorts of stuff this past week. It was, I resisted the urge to tell them off so many times. I just canceled it. Just did it.
I've had 90 plus auctions in the last 4 months, and I've only had two idiots, really. I've had like 3 or 4 people not pay, but I don't care. I'll just relist it. Fuck it. I'm not rushing to sell something, but I've been lucky. I've actually been pretty lucky.
I've had people ask me what scale a hot toy is. I've had people ask me to measure how tall a helmet is. I got a life-size helmet up there. Can you tell me how tall that is? And I'm like, I just ignore those. I just ignore them. Like, I'm not answering you. I'm not going to go take it out of its box and measure it for you.
Makes you wonder, are these genuine questions or are people just being difficult for the sake
of being they're genuine questions.
They're fucking idiots.
So they're not just trying to like razz you or...
No, people are stupid.
Stupid.
They really are.
Stupid.
Yeah.
These Utes.
Oh, man. So Snow Trooper, I have the Snow Trooper next. And he's got a ball of peanuts inside of the helmet.
Oh, those freaking peanuts, man.
Oh, yeah. Wow. All right.
So
gorgeous.
Matt, Jason, you've got a whole bunch of helmets on order too from Hot RS, don't you?
I do. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6.
Wow.
6 coming in.
I got you beat.
Received.
Yeah.
I just received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them prior to that. In addition to the 6 and the 2 that I previously owned. So 11 total. That's 13 total. I don't have this guy though.
Oh, he's a beaut. Oh,
he is. I almost had this guy, but I had to back off because unfortunately the gentleman who owned it decided to glue the cowl to the nose.
The weathering is awesome. Honestly, this is way better, even better than I thought it would be.
Wow. So real quick, Chris, so going back to the tie pilot, Gabe was asking whether or not there was a clip on the tie hose or if it just inserted in. He was saying that on the Nobles version, it's tapered. So he had to go with the rubber hoses. Interesting. I don't have the Nobles version of the tie pilot. I have the AT-AT. Obviously the Greeblies are there, but with the RS, I gave the hoses just pop right in.
Yeah, there's no clip. It just like, they probably just like wiggle it in there so it stays in. It's just a little big enough to get it in, but not big enough to let it loose.
Turn this towards the camera. Let's see the front. Yeah. Look and see. So you see right where the nose, the cowl was over. It's not glued or anything like that. It's actually raised off.
Yeah,
that's normal. Leave it alone.
There's a gap there.
Yep. Leave it alone. That's the way it's supposed to be.
So that guy actually tried to glue that down, huh?
Yeah, right on the nose. Yep. Right on the nose. He glued it down. And then when I was showing him, so Should Look was giving me the breakdown, what it should look like, how it, should fall, etc. And he gave me some side views, some underneath views. So I sent those images along and I said, look, this is how it should look. He's like, no. He's like, that's wrong. You need to glue that down as well. And I was like, no.
Now this fits my head.
There you go. It's getting cold outside, Chris. That's all you need.
Hey, look straight her up. Look up for perfect smile. Say cheese.
He's got you. He's got
Thank
you.
you.
That's it.
I got it.
He's got
Hey,
you.
at least I'm not peeking around the corner at it. You know what
That's gonna be merch, Chris, right there. That's gonna be the T-shirt. That's gonna be the Christmas card.
Oh, I love this thing. I want to listen. I think Andrea and Rob might watch this because I told Andrea about this unboxing. We need a commander.
Yes, Commander.
Yes.
Please.
Rob, Andrew, if you are watching, we do need the Snowtrooper Commander.
We need the commander to go with it. I really like that gap in his nose, to be honest. You can actually see it right there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it makes it more natural and authentic.
It's cool.
Very
This
cool.
may be my favorite helmet.
So you should have another box with the backpack, right?
Yes, the box with the backpack and the bust part.
Nice. So we got some questions in the chat while Chris digs into that last box. Star Wars Replica says, I was the user that asked about the hose. Anyway, because the Anovos version is tapered, I had to go with rubber hoses. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I have no experience with the Anovos version. And I will not buy any Anovos helmets if I have any idea that RS is going to make it.
No.
Never again.
No.
Kunji Club says he gets trade offers all the time on eBay.
I never got a trade.
I
never got
offers.
No,
I had a
I've
guy
never-
today say to me, I see that your item is up for a best offer. What's the lowest what's your bottom line price? And I hate those people because it's like, why do you think I put it up as best offer and I didn't say that? Because I'm not going to tell you what my bottom line price is. Buzz off. You want to negotiate? Go ahead and negotiate. But I'm not going to tell you my bottom line price. I hate those people.
So put up Mario's comment.
Yeah. Do you think it's worth selling on eBay with all the fees instead of the Facebook groups?
I was debating that with my vintage collection stuff. Okay, so I don't want to deal with people constantly saying, "Hey, will you take this?" or "How about this?" I just want to put it on, let it ride. Whatever it goes for, it goes for. And usually, if you put it on auction at like 99 cents, it usually goes for pretty damn close to average or better.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll definitely make the fees on eBay. Then, like, let's say, okay, so instead of lowering your price on Facebook groups, you end up making more on eBay paying the fees. So it kind of like evens out.
What you got to figure it is on Facebook, you're lucky if you get a couple hundred people that are interested, that would see your listing, right?
Yeah.
And pretty much all 200 of those couple hundred people are cheap ass bastards that want to get that thing for retail.
Yeah.
Or right.
Less.
Whereas eBay, you've got the whole community, and eBay, you will get much better prices that make up for the difference, for sure.
Like, don't be afraid. People, for some reason, okay, let's say a figure, all right, a hot toy, okay, like Matt, he just sold the Sword Trooper, right?
Yeah.
He had it on Facebook for $500.
Yes.
Nobody bid it.
Nobody bought.
Nobody bought.
Cheap bastards.
He sold it for $700 on
700.
eBay.
And that one, we twisted his arm until he put it up for $1 auction.
Yeah.
We said, you got to do it, man. You got to do it. And he was all worried.
I also found that if you start an auction in, let's say, like $400, or you put it out, buy it now for $500, people generally don't buy that. But if they have a chance to make a deal, a bargain, and start it out at 99 cents, you end up making a lot more.
It's psychology. Yeah.
You think they think?
Yeah. If there's a good amount of demand for something, I put them up for penny auctions.
Yes.
all the time. If I think that there's going to be less demand, it's more niche, like say certain Mondo posters, then I won't do that. But a majority, like say Hot Toys or whatever, they go up for penny auctions for me.
I'd like to answer this one on the bottom. Steve Comics had asked a question about EFX helmets. So as we're going along, so comics with the EFX helmets, the answer is both yes and no. So the thing with that, in the earlier days when EFX had made their helmets, let's say for example a Vader, it was made exactly as it was in the movies. For example, the Legends Vader or even the limited edition Vader was pulled from the Rick Baker mold, so technically screen used, second gen. And it contained all the original flaws and hand painted, at least the Legends was. I think the limited edition was cleaned up a little bit. Those helmets are very sought after, very well done, display beautifully, and they're just amazing. Same with like the Macquarie Vader. And as they started to move on and do what they call the PCR, which is the plastic helmets, they became very idealized. What's interesting though is they're still lineage. They were cast straight from the Lucas archives, not 3D scanned, actually cast, because they did that, 10, 12, 13 years ago. So they weren't 3D scanning them just yet. And so you are getting that. So if you get a piece for, let's say, the new Boba Fett EFX PCR for $399, for $400, you are getting a really nice piece. The paint, you're not getting, the level of detail that, say, RS Propmasters would give you, where it's hand painted, subtractively, layer by layer. But you are getting a really decent helmet that has lineage and displays beautifully for the price. So it all depends around the time in which they've made it and what particular helmet it was. So it's hit or miss, but some of them are great pieces.
The only EFX I've had is the Boba, and I've been very happy with it.
It's a great piece. I
think it's, I think it's great, but it won't hold a candle to the RS.
Of course not.
But it's a great one, and I have it up for sale on eBay right now. So if anybody's interested, let me know.
We both do, and I'm probably underpriced.
What's that? I said
we both have it up. Mine's probably underpriced. Yeah, I saw a lot of my stuff for what I paid for it.
Oh man, you have it up? Oh, I didn't realize we were competing to sell. That's
I will say this: if the Boba is a good example where if you're going to spend 115 or 120 on the Black Series, if you can't afford it, it's worth the extra $275 to get the EFX because you're getting both lineage, proper size, and proper paint job to an extent.
Jason, get this. I put up the EFX Boba Fett up as a penny auction, and it backfired on me. It sold for $250.
Really?
Okay. It totally backfired, and I was so disappointed. Funny thing is, I got paid by everybody except the guy who bought the effects.
Who got the great deal.
Who got an amazing deal. He wrote me, he said, I had an unexpected medical emergency. I can't buy this. Can you cancel my order? I did that like that. I canceled it. And then I listed it up for a buy it now for much more because no way should I have gone for $250. But literally sold it auction for $250. It was so bad.
That's strange. I see them go regularly for $455. That's the average selling price.
Yeah.
And I know they made a second batch, which won't be out for quite some time. But even that, after tax and shipping, you're looking
nobody knows. Yeah, nobody's that smart about them that know about the batches.
Yeah, but I'm saying even with that, you're looking at close to 500 when you include tax and shipping.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
250 would have been a smoking deal for anybody. Yeah,
it was. And I was like, "Oh, this sucks." And then as people started paying me, I kind of said, well, I hope he doesn't pay me. I hope he doesn't pay me. And sure enough.
You lucky bastard.
Yeah. So let's see here. Mario says, Steve, Chris, do you set up penny auctions for CONUS only or you sell globally? I
do not sell globally at all.
I don't like selling globally generally because then if something goes wrong, then I'm stuck with the international shipping and all that. eBay does have the international selling program, but generally speaking, I try not to sell globally. I do get some people that, but if you don't sell globally, you will get tons of messages that say,
Yep.
how much for shipping to France or how much for shipping to wherever. And you just got to tell them no or ignore them. Andy says yes to the commander. So there's another commander that you could sell, RS. Come
Commander.
We'll take a poll on the group page. So
Yeah,
that
right.
Take a snapshot and send it to Rob and say, hey, we got 300 people that want a snowtrooper commander. Let's ride and roll.
Kuji Club says he gets annoyed when they ask for the lowest price. Got to agree with you. If I had a lowest price, I would tell people I would put it up for that. So that's annoying.
So Mario's other question was, did you answer that about the penny auctions for hot toys? It depends on if it's like hot, if it's something hot, like the Short Trooper.
Oh, I missed that.
Or if it's something like Infinity War Captain America, no, I'm not going to put it up for a penny auction because
I put everything up for penny auction. You know why? Because look, if the Captain America isn't going to get a ton of money, I just want to get the freaking thing out. I don't want it.
but I don't want to take a bath. I don't want to sell it for $100.
There's no hot toy, with the exception of maybe the Executioner or a First Order Snowtrooper, that's going to go for $100.
I don't know. Infinity War Cap.
I like that Executioner. God, I display that proudly.
Yeah, but Executioner is cool looking. To be honest with you, it is. If it wasn't for the fact that it had the new First Order helmet, but All right. So I don't know how much of this. So I'm gonna have to put some on and check it out. And
you got to put the little white half shirt on them, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's not. I'm not gonna be able to show the whole thing because
it's good enough. You're pretty damn close, man. You're close.
Definitely a reason why I don't sell on eBay, but buying, on the other hand, I actually amazing deal. Missed out on it by like $20. And I remember what you said months and months ago, probably like 6 months ago, Steve, where you said, it always seems like that great deal, but something else will come along, and it may only be $5, $10, and so I was still kind of bummed about it. I was like, $20 for such a great piece, and I can't believe I wasn't paying attention. I was busy traveling or whatever. So I wrote to the guy, just threw it out there. I was like, look, if something falls through, let me know. Give me a second chance offer. Because for some reason, the second somebody wins an auction, and I mean no disrespect to anybody, but all of a sudden their dog has cancer, their mother has, glaucoma, whatever. They wake up and they're diagnosed with a medical illness. And I mean, I hope that truly isn't the case, but 9 out of 10 times it's usually what happens. So this guy says, well, he said he needed a little time to pay. I'm going to give him a week. I said, a week? I said, wow, you're generous. He said, well, I understand people's situations. And I said, okay, well, I'm here, So a week passes by. I write to him and I said, anything? He said, nope. He said, the guy ghosted me. And I said, well, what do you think? He said, yeah, I'll throw it your way. And I finally got the deal that I wanted.
Nice. Good. Yeah. Hey, just so you know, let's say you participate in an auction.
Yeah.
And you bid $800 on something. And then the next guy comes along and he wins it for $820. That does not mean that you lost by $20. Okay? Because that's not the way it works.
No, I know what you're saying. He could have had a cap at $900 or $950.
He could have had $1,000 highest bid.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't understand that. When people say, usually, and I'm not saying this is your case, but usually people say, I just lost that auction by $5. The reality is, no, it probably lost it by a lot more. It's just that the guy who bid ahead of you only needed to bid $5 more to beat your price. He could have bid $50 more, but it's not going to go all 50. It's only going to do the increment above your bid, above the next highest bid.
I guess you're correct, but I think that I'm assuming, doesn't mean I'm right, I'm assuming that I'm getting sniped. Because a lot of times
but it's the same thing with being sniped. It's the same thing with being sniped.
They could have put a $200 versus a $10.
Yes. And I will tell you, if anybody out there is bidding on something in greater than 1 minute left before the auction, you're making a mistake. The way to win things on eBay is to snipe. Bottom line, you do not want to give that person any time to think about your bid and say, if I just bid $10 more, I can beat this guy. Because they'll just drive your price up or beat you. Snipe.
Yeah.
Don't bid early. All those people that we love on the penny auctions because they bid up our price right away. Don't be one of those people.
There is a psychology to it, and it happens in real life. When I've attended actual auctions, Sotheby's, Christie's, things like that, the same mentality happens where people just they go ham. I mean, it's last minute. It does something to the brain where they just have to get it, and the brain starts to think, what's an extra 100? What's an extra 150?
Right.
And that's how you start to rationalize it in order to win. And then you go beyond what you initially expected to pay.
Don't give them time to rationalize it and increase their bid, right? So I usually bid 15 seconds, 10 seconds left is when I put mine in.
Yeah.
Aaron says he sells exclusively on eBay. I do sometimes on Facebook, but I find Facebook more and more I think about it to be more of a pain in the ass than anything else.
Yep.
What's the lowest price you're willing to go? Can you go 100 lower? Right. You give them your lowest price and then they offer you.
Can I get this master replica piece for half price?
Here's another negotiating tip for everybody. The first person to put up a price loses the auction. Loses in the negotiation. Usually, you don't want to put up a price until the person you're dealing with puts up their price first. Generally speaking, so that's why I don't give them my lowest price. EFX doing another Vader helmet batch. I don't know. Which one? Which one?
Wait, what is it? EFX doing another Vader helmet? Okay. So they did the PTR. The PTR is based off the limited. So I think Gabe's watching right now, and Gabe may be able to correct me. So there was the Legend, which was as is, hand painted, flaws and all. The Limited, which was same mold, lineage, fiberglass, but cleaned up in the paint. And then they did the PCR, which was completely idealized, both in the paint and the overall style. I think it did have some, symmetrical issues, but I don't know if they're doing another batch. I do know that the original ones came out about 10 years ago. The PCRs came out over the last couple of years. So, that I can't answer directly. I'm not sure. Comics sorry.
I was just going to say, I got a Vader helmet this week.
Yeah, that was thank you to me, huh? That was a good score.
Thank you very much. Jason pinged me. He saw an RS Vader helmet up for sale. And I flew up my stairs to my computer and contacted that guy and negotiated him down. And it was a really, really good price to begin with. And it should have gone out today. So
nice.
that was really cool. I'm excited to get that to go, and I'll put that right next to my Anovos Vader.
This freaking backpack is absolutely insane.
Let's put you on.
Oh my god, the weathering on it is just killer.
Very cool, huh?
Freaking love it.
Hey, comics. If you're generally interested in an EFX helmet,
looks good.
Yeah, that does look amazing.
This thing is freaking awesome.
We'll work our way down to comics comment.
Well, it was going up. I was just gonna let him know that.
Wow.
If he's generally interested, I have a brand new one in box. I'll give it to him at cost.
The EFX you're talking about?
For the EFX Boba. Yeah. So if you message me, I'll give it to you at cost if you're interested.
Hey, if you message me, I'll do $25 on the cost.
You're too cheap to do that.
Actually, I bet you I have it listed for cheaper than yours right now. We'll talk offline.
No way.
I bet you I do. Because I think I have it listed for under cost because that auction went so bad. Is Black Series making a Mando helmet? I have no idea. I would guess it makes sense, right?
It does. I mean, it only makes sense if they capitalize on that.
Kunji Club says, sorry, I hate participating in auction. My blood pressure always goes through the final 30 seconds and someone always swoops in and beats my offer. Yeah, that's probably us.
Probably at the end of the day. Even Chris and his wife outfit each other in an auction one time.
Hey, Chris, mute your mic or something, because that styrofoam is going crazy. All right, I'm gonna mute him for him. Let's see. There we go. All right. Aaron says, I know I paid too much on eBay when they ship the same day. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I always include shipping in my auctions. I don't screw around or anything. It just makes life so much easier. Star Wars Replica says he's a professional sniper on eBay.
Oh, he gets some of the deals he tells me about.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I get jealous. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Are you talking, Chris? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know where is the shirt in something different?
You don't see it?
I don't see it.
Does
it come like? Do you remember if it comes in something?
Man, my memory is fuzzy on that.
I'm looking in my snowtrooper helmet.
Is it underneath all the peanuts somewhere?
Chris, I think it comes in a separate box. UPS forgot to drop it off. No, I have 5 boxes. I'll mute it.
eBay is cutthroat. You have to snipe to get what you want. Yep. I would wait for an ESB Boba helmet, but not sure if they'll ever make it. So I'm leaning towards the FX one. Well, what's the one that we're getting? Which movie is that? Is it from?
We're getting ESB. Well, ESB. I think that because they got cut off for now, and they will be making more for a little while.
Oh, okay. Because comics, they are making. I tell you what, RS is making the most amazing Boba helmet you'll ever see. Go ahead and get the FX one, but as soon as you get RS is available, sell that EFX.
Yeah, when the time comes, when they do their next batch, I would. Yeah. I agree. I would upgrade it.
Find it, Chris?
No, I didn't find it.
Really?
Yeah. Not yet. I'm sure.
Oh shit! Here. No shirt. That's right, Aaron.
Let's put this up here.
Sucks.
There's no way. It's gonna be like the night with the CZ.
I'm sure it's
somewhere
I'm
random.
sure it's in the peanuts somewhere.
James said I had a guy offer me a guitar for a hot toy.
He didn't even play guitar.
I don't play guitar.
I would have told him if you get a flute.
Anyone want to buy a titanium mesh tunic? Someone can shoot you with a compound bow I have up. Okay. Let's see. I got an RS TIE Pilot chest box and a Novos TIE helmet. Hoses aren't compatible. Oh, that's interesting combination. How did you wind up with the TIE Pilot chest box?
Probably bought it secondary. Something I can think of. Is that correct?
What's that?
The Cracker and Clan outfit. These guys kill me. Aaron's too funny, man.
Yeah.
That night when we were doing Cat Trek, Live Long and Prosper, I was laughing for like 20 minutes. It would be hard to miss because the snowy shirt has a shoulder belt. Oh, okay. It does. It has the shoulder bells attached.
Oh, it's the bells attached.
Yeah, I remember, Matt.
Chris, do you hear that?
Chris is neck deep in that box. Chris, just grab a white T-shirt and throw it on for now.
Oh man! So you know what they'll do? They'll say, "Oh, we'll send it out with you with the other helmets." So he'll have to wait. He'll have to wait 6 weeks or something for it to come. I suppose there was a version of the snowtrooper that went with no shirt, right?
Yeah, when they were on the beach, they were on Scarif.
It's the sideshow commenter version variant of the snowtrooper.
He's gonna be ripping if it ain't in there. That's why he can't even hear us because his mind is so away. Exactly. That's what I mean. Have a white robe laying around. Just grab a white T-shirt. Grab a Hanes for now.
Yeah, but no bells. That sucks. I forgot that they were attached.
It's got to be in there.
Who knew that the bells were attached? Andy did. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even. I only remember now. I'm visualizing when Matt did his unboxing,
Yeah.
and that's right.
Yeah, it's interesting that those bells, the bells on the Snow Trooper, are they upside down? I'm trying to remember. Which one has them? I know. So the bells are on the Snow Trooper, and they're on what else?
No, they're correct because they get the little
So they're on something else too. They're on another trooper, and they're upside down. Is it the AT-AT? Let me see.
The AT-AT they might be reversed.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that AT-AT. Oh, they don't have the AT-AT listed on.
Was the AT-AT?
Yeah, the AT-AT's not on RS yet. So let's see.
So Chris, we really down a shirt or what?
Yeah, I'm down a shirt.
You know what, Chris? The shirt has the bells attached, so
yeah, I would have seen that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the AT-AT driver has the bells on too, but they're reversed.
Upside down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I'm sure if I talk to Andrew, I'll email her tonight and let her know, and then she'll have it out as soon as possible.
Andrew, if you're watching this, be sure to hold the shirt back until you send his other helmets.
At least a couple weeks.
Nah, she's great. They're awesome. Hey, happens. Sometimes stuff happens. I had so many boxes that it wasn't.
They'll probably overnight that to you, no problem.
Probably.
You have the front chest piece, right?
At the front and the back.
All right.
But the weathering on these things, you can't even see it on the camera, but it's just unreal.
The two of them connect. Oh, there they are. Okay. The shoulder straps.
Let's put it on
Look at
here.
all the fun little wrigglies. Yeah.
There you go.
That's nice.
Just awesome.
Look at that rack.
Yeah, you know what I'd do after I got it, I would freeze frame the Snow Troopers on the while the movie's playing, and like compare what I'm seeing on the TV to what I'm looking at on the Snow Trooper to make sure all the colors of the buttons are right and the shapes are all right and all that.
You're gonna have to tell me how to aren't these isn't there a certain way that's better than other way to put these on?
I don't remember it being too tricky.
No.
You gotta remove that tape, the masking tape.
Yeah, I'm not going to until I put it together though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it just hooks the backpack just hangs off of that.
Yeah. It's freaking awesome. So happy with it.
Quite a haul there, Chris.
Yeah. I can't wait for my rest of my stuff to come too. My room is gonna be filled with helmets.
So you gonna put the Snow Trooper bust on the helmet wall?
Well, I have a separate section on the helmet wall for busts. I'm planning on getting the tie busts, unless an AT-AT one gets announced sometime soon. But we'll see about that. The helmet is bigger than I thought it would be.
Which one? The TIE Fighter?
The Snow Trooper.
Oh, you think it's big, huh?
Yeah, it's a bit wider than I thought it would be. But freaking amazing.
Yeah, that's menacing.
I love it.
He looks badass. Looks like he's ready to kick ass and take names.
It's got some brown on it too. Not just black and gray. It's got brown weathering on it too.
Andy says the bells on the Snow Trooper Commander are upside down.
Yes, they are.
The Snow Trooper Commander that we don't have.
That we need to get.
Need to get that Commander. Such an awesome design.
I didn't really think much of it until recently, to be honest with you. I didn't.
As soon as you saw that picture, it was like.
Yeah, I saw that picture of the two of them together, Shidlicks, and I was sold on it, and to the point where I almost bought like the Commander Hot Toy one, not the Hot Toy, the sideshow one. Yeah, almost.
Nice. He's a good one.
It's nice, but I'll wait.
It's the price of a helmet.
Yeah, so this helmet's pretty freaking amazing.
I wish I
you know,
passed that one.
you guys were talking about these little bumps in the cowl.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure how I would feel about that, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's like the cowl's 2-ply, and the
Yeah.
top ply is separating from the bottom ply.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't want it to flatten out. I'm hoping it stays crinkled like that. You know,
It does.
it does with the
It might,
bust
it
or
might it might straighten out just a little bit, but generally speaking, the wrinkle will stay.
I think if you like hang it without on a stand without something underneath it, they'll go away faster. Like it's bunched up a little. And I actually was talking to Matt about maybe, putting a little double-sided tape to keep it bunched up and not
keep it bunched
gravity,
up,
Yeah.
not let gravity take it down.
Where it's so light, that might work well.
Yeah.
So Comics says RS needs to make clone trooper helmets. I'd snag all of them. Yeah, the thing that's going to stop you there is the licensing, right? For the prequels. So the licensing for the original trilogy, they don't have to get a license, but for the prequels, I'm pretty sure they do.
Isn't there like a certain amount of years that they would have to wait to do it? And
That's a good question. I don't know what the I know like what happened with the original trilogy, if you read Brian Mears' book, is the judge ruled that the helmet, the stormtrooper helmet, was industrial design,
Mhm.
and the period of the copyright on the industrial design is shorter than in a movie or something like that, like an artistic design.
Okay.
And so by the time they went to court, it had expired, and so anybody could make them. I'm not sure. Like with the original trilogy, I'm pretty sure it's either not an industrial design anymore or it hasn't expired. I don't know but I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass there.
I love this thing. This thing is just, the width of it is just awesome.
Yeah, it's next on my list. That thing is phenomenal.
It's pretty wide. It's a thick head. I'm sure it would fit me if it did fit me good.
Something about Hoth, just everything Hoth.
It's the whole movie, man.
Yeah,
the whole movie is perfect.
It gives me the feels. I don't know.
It is. It's perfect movie, and Hoth is my favorite thing too. It's Jason.
Too bad there wasn't more of it, right?
Yeah, I mean Veers, Snowtrooper, AT-AT driver, AT-AT.
Just the way it looks, the landscape, the snow, the feel of it, the
Wampa, everything about it I love. Yeah.
They make great stuff like they used to.
They make great stuff. They really do. Gotta get it to focus. My camera doesn't focus right. There we go.
The thing that's amazing about RS, and you have to think about this, in most situations as a collector, right? You evolutionize and you climb up the collecting ladder, right? You continue to upgrade, get better quality, get better pieces. However, when you do that, it tends to get very, very expensive. With RS, for the most part, you don't get any better when it comes to detail, lineage, the effort that goes into it. But it's still, unlike other pieces, very affordable.
Yeah,
unless you're getting Boba Fett.
Yeah, unless you're spending $1,500 on Boba Fett. But I would say 9 out of 10 helmets are extremely affordable, considering what you're getting.
Yeah.
Considering what you're getting.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's just those those special ones. Okay, Chris. If you look at the backpack, the black circles that have Velcro on them, that's where the strap connects to.
Okay. The over straps.
On that Velcro, yeah.
When we sign off, we're going to get a text. Chris is going to be like, I found the shirt. It was rolled up in this.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm surprised they didn't find it already. Because this was sent out on Thursday, I guess because of the time change or something. It had to go. This came UPS actually. So no big deal. I mean, I'm sure it'll show up in a day or two.
So Andy says his Snowtrooper bus is one of his favorites. He only wishes he could admire the backpack more, but it's backed up against the wall. So what I've started to do with all my helmets is put them on Lazy Susans. My RS base, those bases, not the bus base, but the regular base. I found these 6-inch Lazy Susans that I was able to put the RS base on, and it turns perfectly. And so,
Perfect fit, huh?
yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, you showed us those recently, right?
Yeah, the 6-inch
Yeah.
ones, I bought them within like the month, right?
Okay.
Now the busts, I use the larger Lazy Susan like Chris is using right now on that.
I'm actually not using Lazy Susan. It's turning on the pole.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But once you got the rest of him on, I think there might be issues like I'm trying to remember what the issue is. Maybe the pole,
the backpack, the plaque. Well, there's a plaque holder.
Yeah.
For,
okay.
But
I thought
Look at
that
the
was
side
really
profile,
cool.
Steve. Look at that.
Yep.
That looks so good.
evil looking, huh?
That looks so good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
a lot of people, when I look at that, I think like I see a fascist German stormtrooper.
Yeah.
That's what I see when I see that. A lot of people see more insidious things than that in that design, but I see a Nazi stormtrooper.
It looks very militant to me. I get the same thing. Some of the other aspects that people point out, I don't always see. I see very militant style.
Well, they were based off of German soldiers, basically, like especially the officers.
Millennials are like, what the F is a Lazy Susan?
You want to get one? The best was when we were, oh my god, when we were talking to Tom. So Tom's like, yeah. So my story starts off this way: when I had my VHS and I went to the library and I used the Dewey Decimal System, and I was like, slow down for everybody watching. This is what a VHS is. This is what a library is. This is what a payphone is.
Yeah, not a lot of people know what they are. So nice.
All right.
I was gonna share a couple of my helmets I just painted, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be great.
I'm not quite finished with the Captain Rex. That's my newest one.
Ooh.
Can't
Look at those solder lines, huh?
Can't really see the details that well.
Those are solder lines, huh?
Yeah. There's actually rust on them, but you can't see it, That sucks. Like there's rust on them.
Catch a little bit of it. Yeah.
That looks good, Chris.
It's almost done. I still got to put the viewfinder on, and I'm working on this one right now. This one was a pain in my ass because it's a different freaking material than.
Well, if it was hurting your ass and you were painting it wrong,
it was rough going in. Trust me.
Those paintbrushes, you can hold them with your hands, right?
Yeah. So, like, all my other helmets are made of. I don't know, this one guy. I've got all my helmets from this one guy, and the paint took to it real well. Paint took to it great. This one, for some unknown reason, I don't know if it's a different material, it didn't take to it.
Do you got to prime it first? Do you got to prime it, or does it come?
The other ones I didn't have to prime. Well, I did. I primed them, but like, I didn't really have to. This one, I put paint on it, and it like bubbled right away.
Well, did you prime this one?
I primed this one, yes.
Really?
So yeah. So I'll get another one.
Well, I mean, if it was bubbling off the primer, then you got a weird issue. Very weird issue.
Well, it's like we talked about, Chris. It must be what they're using when they're casting them. It's got to be some type of chemical reaction that they're using to release from a mold, or that looks really nice.
So this is like the one. This is like the one I sent to Chris Letty. Chris Letty. I made one of these for Chris Letty too.
The variations in how deep the orange goes. That looks really good. Wow.
You can't see it as well again on the freaking video. Sucks. I'll tell you what. Really what makes a really big difference? Okay, without the visor, it looks cool. But then when you put the visor in, it just
Comes
It
to
does
life.
something. It does something to it. Let's see which one. I guess I'll put my 5. Show you my 5s.
Wow, these are a lot better than I thought. No, I don't mean that in a bad way. They look great. I know that sounded wrong. But...
Oh, you think I fuck around, Jason? Huh?
No, I just said they look so much better than I thought. Like I knew they looked good, but this is top tier. It's nice.
I wish you could see the weathering better because you can't.
You can see a decent amount.
It's 5s. And no, I didn't show Wolf.
Oh yeah, looks good. Yeah, real good. So this is the only phase 1 that you have?
Yeah. I like Wolf in phase 1.
You like him better than phase 2, huh?
I do, yeah. Normally I like phase 2, but this one I like phase 1 better. So, yeah.
Better be careful, man, because you could just keep painting clone helmets forever.
I know. I'm stopping. I'm actually stopping now. After I finish this Rex, I'm done. I guess I'll show Jesse.
Gree would look good.
Yeah, Gree would look good. I gotta stop somewhere. Somewhere, somehow, I gotta stop.
Yeah, very good, man.
Figure since we're doing a helmet show, I might as well show
sure.
a couple. Yep.
Nice. Well done.
They work well on the bus too.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I'll wait for my next RS shipment.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's just talk real quick about what's coming up shows wise. We have group therapy this Friday, and Gabriel is going to join us, and we're going to spend some time talking about the child, which I'll have in hand. Gabe already has done his unboxing on his channel. You didn't order the child, did you, Chris? No. What about you, Jason? Did you order the child?
Mine switched from processing to shipping, I think, this afternoon.
Okay, you may have it. But anyway, that's group therapy on Friday. Then next Monday, we're expecting to do another unboxing. I know Matt's expecting to have something at that point. And then next week, we're going to be recording Jeff's collection. Probably the release on Thursday.
I'm going to try to say his name. Lagawa. I think that's how he said it when he sent me a video, a little audio of it. It was Lagawa, I think.
Yeah. The Dan's collection was a huge success.
Yes.
It's been our number 1 performing video in the first 4 days of any video ever. So that's pretty cool. And we've had a ton of subs as a result of that.
That plus a lot of people have come and said, "Hey, we want to do our collection."
Yeah, we get some great ones coming up.
Yeah. So there's that, and then I'm not going to tell you what's coming up after that because I want to be the first channel to do that. So we got a special surprise coming up. 2 weeks from now, we're going to do something with Rob from RS live,
which is going to be fantastic.
And then after that, we've got another collector spotlight lined up. So we've got quite a few videos lined up over the course of the next 2-3 weeks. So guys, stay tuned. We'll have lots of cool content coming your way. This collection, this hobby is awesome. A lot of fun stuff to do. Looking forward to it. Any last words there, Chris?
I love my RS stuff. I'm a junkie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take over my whole room.
Right.
Stuff never gets old. It's amazing.
How about you, Jason?
My last words is I want to get another TIE pilot, specifically with the tears. I need them in pairs now.
No, you need them in pairs.
You gotta get the bust, dude.
That's the problem with the show. I do want the bust.
You gotta get the bust. That's my next.
I want the Red 5 bust actually.
Busts are the way to go, man.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. And we will. Well, should we let him on?
I can let my
Get out of here.
By 15 seconds, we were just about to end this thing.
Oh, well, fantastic! I can still talk with you guys.
All right. All right.
We don't need to not end it.
So now that Matt's here, we're gonna drop off.
Hey, hold on one second. Is
Uh-huh.
Chris's camera been all effed up and unfocused the whole time?
No, just for like the last 30 seconds.
Okay,
I've been trying to get it to work.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Dude,
no.
leave it for Matt to come on and complain about equipment.
No, I tell you what, Chris, that looks so racist. By the way,
I love it.
don't you? Isn't it amazing?
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's
All right.
amazing.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.